What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with some more Trails Through Daybreak. Last time, we got to hang out in we started hanging out in the Blacklight District. Van went down here with Zin, trying to shake off his part-timers so they wouldn't be exposed to this just yet, but they ended up catching up with Elaine, and Elaine led them down here anyway. So, after having a meeting with a lot of different groups, Ouroboros, Heyu, and some of the church members, everyone pretty much came to a consensus that they all kind of have to work together to take down Almata because they're a problem to all groups involved. But now that is kind of come to an end, and we're just going to explore the Blacklight District before heading out of here. So let's get to it. We've got all kinds of people down here. Now, that was some good entertainment today. Sure made us all hag happy. They got some pretty colorful youngins lined up. I can't wait to see what havoc they end up wrecking. Not your average grandma, this one. She gives off a really sinister aura, I'm not sure why. Wonder if this is the old lady who caused all that trouble back in Crossbell. Well, let's see what's going on. This is just how things are. Oh my. I'm sure you guys have figured it out, but Blacklight District ain't exactly the kind of place you visit for fun. Aaron's another story, but the rest of you make easy pickings for scumbags and lowlifes hacking it down here. You don't come down here by yourselves, understood? Yeah, I get what you mean. Things can get really dicey if you get surrounded here. But if you bring a buddy along, I bet it'd make for a fun fight. Well, ideally, you won't be fighting in a city at all. Still, I didn't realize there were so many people like that down here. Yeah, spooky when you think about it. This world here's a lot closer than what you might be... A lot closer to yours than you might be comfortable with. It is, but honestly, I'm just more surprised this all existed right under my nose. At least it's surprising to someone as well-to-do as me. Perhaps I'm just not very aware of my surroundings. You'd think this would be something of a problem, but it's like everyone here just turns everyone just turns a blind eye to it. I hear ya. Blacklight's a lawless place, but they have their own rules instead. The big one being, you don't drag innocent civilians into your messes down here. Most tend to follow that, so they'll leave you alone. Keyword being most. Some of them step out of line, like we just saw. Reminds me of Heiyu's own code. Do you visit here often, Mr. Arkride? You seem rather well informed about this area. I check in from time to time. There's intel down here you can't find anywhere else. And as you guys might have noticed by now, it's a good place to sharpen your street smarts. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. That's gotta be the best part of the this whole trip. Man, yeah, you're born and bred, ain't ya? Ain't that the truth? Oh no, we just came from this way. We got turned around. Well, if it ain't Edith's one and only spring, what brings you here, darling? Got time to stay and play? Your lady friends are more than welcome to join you if they're up for it. We got girls that know how to keep a woman company, too. You'll be drowning in pleasures you can't find anywhere up on the surface, I can promise you that. Stay a while, won't you, big guy? I don't get it. What kind of place is this? It feels alluring. I feel drawn to it, but I don't really know why. I've never felt like this before. Or no, letting you two waltz in here is just asking for trouble. And you, don't even think about sneaking inside while I'm not looking, punk. I'm an adult, what do you care how I spend my free time? Sometimes the guy just needs to let it hang, you know? I care because you'll get hooked on the shit in 2 seconds. Can't trust your horny ass to stay out of trouble. I think most of the girls still have some growing up to do. Though, those services aside, I've still got some things for sale here. If you change your mind and decide to spend some quality time with our girl, just let me know. I'll wait right here for you, handsome. It appears she and Mr. Arkwright are acquainted with one another, whoever she is. She certainly has quite the way with words. Alright. What other shops we got?
本当に飲み屋さんが多いですね。ここでしか安心できない。そういう方もおられるのでしょう。
Alright.
どれもおいしい。また来てね。試合をやってますよ。
ここが闘技場か。
Yep, this here's where they hold fighting tournaments. You go in and beat the shit out of each other. Makes for a gambling hotbed, as you can imagine. Oh, color me intrigued. Wow, that's awesome. Sounds like an amazing place to train. Yeah, no. Literally anything goes in there. Roids, mods, explosives, you name it. It ain't the place to train. It's a straight-up blood sport in there. The organizers even come up with bullshit reasons to make you fight monsters and archisms. Even if you survive all the shit they throw you, it ain't really worth it. Just steer clear of it, alright? That's fair. Sounds like you really have to be on your toes in there. Pretty decent prize money if you win, though. I'll give them that much credit. It's one way to make ends meet down here. Mr. Arkwright, you're not speaking from experience, are you? Nah, the shit ain't my scene. Well, not anymore, I mean. Look, there were hard times, okay? That bastard paid for a new truck, but he didn't pay for all the mods like the previous one had. Whatever you say, Chief. Next time you decide to enter, let me know so I can put my money on you. Hell no, I ain't setting foot in that cesspit again. See if we'll find anyone interesting over here. Yeah, it does look like this guy's fighting an archism. It's like a Jaeger of some kind. This is the doctor we helped out before. Ah, the Spriggan and his lovely assistant again. I see you've added some new faces to your ranks since we last met. What brings you here? Somebody hurt I need to take a look at? Well, you know me. Show me the mirror and I'll take a gander. Sick, dead, whatever you need, I can handle it. Isabel, I didn't know you worked down here. What, she a friend of yours or something? Well, not exactly. She was a client we did some work for after I first joined. Yup, as you can probably tell, she's a pretty renowned doc in the underbelly. Not my first choice for treatment. She'll patch you up, but gouge your wallet too. But hey, she's always around if you need it. Ouch, haha, that's a little mean, don't you think? I'm not some scam artist. I just know what I'm worth. Oh boy. Money talks after all, and I listen. Green is a language we all understand. Money talks? I didn't know they printed talking money, but I'll take your word for it. You sound like a really skilled doctor. Oh, Fairy. Oh, is that it? Or we just... Okay, we'll go back to the entrance, I suppose. Where's the really weird book girl? Oh, here she is. We met her before. Oh my goodness, is that you, Van? It is, isn't it? Oh, my beloved fourth boyfriend has finally returned to me. What? Damn, Chief, save some girls for the rest of us. What chick in this town don't you have crawling all over you? Well, I'm old, not insane. You really think I'd get with a girl like her? Piss off. But you saved me. You held my hand and rescued me from those awful no-good cops on my tail. You are my knight in shining armor, saving me from those false charges. Just remember, it gives me butterflies. Yeah, if those charges were false, then I'm Sheena Dirk. Bullshit lady. You really ought to kick that habit of yours, stabbing every guy you fall for like some kind of corkboard. Wait, what did you say she does? Pardon me if this sounds like an obvious question, but may I ask why you go to such lengths? Oh, that's just so embarrassing. Are you really gonna make me answer? I mean, what won't a girl do for her love? She'll do whatever it takes to make a man hers, each and every last red of him. It's only natural. This chick takes possessive to a whole new level. She's certainly a unique person, even under her circumstances. Hold on, doesn't that mean Van could be next? His life is in danger. The hell it is, I just told you she and I are not a thing, period. That's funny. Sure, I'll take your book on how to make toast. Well, you know what I just realized? We haven't checked any bulletin boards here. Don't sweat that. As a rule, I don't take 4 SPGs from anybody down here. Why not? There are a lot of people here who could use some help, aren't there? For real, nobody down here is exactly innocent. I can't imagine any of them being able to go to the cops or bracers for help. That's the problem. There are rare exceptions, but almost everyone down here has a checker pass in some way. Ultimately, I can't trust them not to abuse the system. Worst case scenario, I get farmed out as a grunt for some really sketchy shit. Not worth it. That does make sense, given a Spriggan's reputation for assisting in legally gray matters. I can see how a bad faith actor might exploit them for their own gain, and how society at large would offer little to defend them. To be clear, I already made a point of filtering out those garbage posts to start with. More than anything else, it'd just be a giant time sink to vet requests in these parts. It's the biggest reason I don't bother. As much as some folks might think otherwise, I don't deal with criminals. I deal with people who have complicated problems. There you go. When somebody has a problem they can't rely on the law or the guild to solve, they come to me. That's all there is to it. That's Van for you. What can I say? It's worked for me so far. Must be doing something right. End of the day, if someone here really wants my services, they're not completely out of luck. They've still got 2 options. They can post a 4 SPG in another part of town, or they can come talk to me, same as anyone else, really. Doesn't mean I'll agree to help, but I'll hear him out, at least. That's our boss, always trying to keep the door open. Yep, let's do it. After leaving the district, they made their way to the surface, following a different route. Damn, it's already this late. We were down there a while. It connects to the Riverside District, too. Feels like waking up from a dream. Heh, guess it was all a bit too much for a kid. Speaking of kids, it seems like that boy we ran into is the son of a Jaeger. Really liked it down there. Shady criminals excluded. It was like a conflict could break out at any second. Perfect place for training. Not this again. At least it hasn't fully descended into anarchy even if rules were somewhat lax. Seemed like a good place to procure goods and materials you can't get on the surface. Yeah, don't want anyone getting hooked on the place, but use it when you need to. Just follow the rules. That goes for you in particular, Aaron. You okay, Agnes? You're awfully quiet. No, I'm perfectly fine. It was just a lot to take in. I'm feeling a bit of culture shock, I suppose. Can hardly blame you. I'm sorry, I was probably making you feel even worse with how carried away I was getting. Well, you don't need to feel responsible. It's just, to be honest, I've got something else on my mind, too. It does kind of feel like something's been eating at you lately. Worried about things at school? Yes, actually. There's a major opportunity coming up I was considering opting into. But I think I decided against it. There's nothing more it can teach me that I haven't learned already, after all. Oh?
Yeah, 情報通りだね.
Who? Oh, hi.
10日ぶりくらいか. また会えて嬉しいよ、諸君。
It's only been a little over a week since we saw each other.
ご無沙汰しております。
Your Highness. Najee. Damn, talk about showing up unexpected. So this is what the chief was talking about.
ああ、そういうことだ。殿下と合わせて話がある。お前たちも乗ってもらおうか。
In the limo we go. It's so spacious in here. Doesn't feel like it with everyone all stuck together. This year's an ETWS stretch limo, right? Hell of a luxury. Ride smooth as a baby too. As a baby's ass too. Still room to move up in the world, huh? The suspension systems in a luxury vehicle like this versus my pickup are built for totally different things. Speaking of, I take it you like the part I sent you? I got it on special order to ensure it didn't clash with the aesthetic of your truck. Oh, like undersells it. It's a thing of beauty. Even if that ulterior motive behind sending it wasn't just in my head. Still, I'm glad you're both looking well. Thank you. My apologies for all the trouble we caused you. We weren't expecting to see you all again so soon either. But we were already here for a visit with the president, so the timing happened to line up. What? Oh, that Gramhart guy. Did they typo that? I don't think there's an E in Gramhart. From what I remember, unless I'm just wrong. Huh. Didn't see anything about a meeting on the news, some kind of secret talks? You needn't concern yourself with the details that are on a need-to-know basis. Well, we are living in crazy times. No doubt there's plenty of our leaders to be talking about. Much as it bugs me that you clearly got something besides you that you want to dump on us. Oh. I think I see what's going on now.
この場を設けたのは他でもない。君たちに新たな依頼をしたいんだ。
Okay, another 4SVG.
エルザイムと CID の共同依頼という形でね。
It's quite the pair. I'm committing to nothing, but keep going.
担当直入に言えば出張に行ってもらいたいのだよ。共和国南西バーゼル市かのベルヌ社の本拠地にね。
There you go. That's Calvert's biggest orbit manufacturer, isn't it? This sounds like a big one.
こちらをご覧ください。
ベルヌグループの本拠地であり、バーゼル理科大学を擁する学術工業都市。中世の職人街もあり、美しい自然にも囲まれたこの地で、現在、とある異変が起きている。具体的には、都市内の動力ネットと工業用の動力供給網の不安定化。
Okay.
さらには、見慣れる者たちが市内に出没しているというな。
Don't tell me it's... I know what you're thinking, but we can't assume until we have all the facts, of which we have very little. Under normal circumstances, we would be well informed of the situation, as our country has deep ties with the Institute. Unfortunately, its director, who happens to be Verne's CEO, has been notably unforthcoming as of late. That's strange. Isn't your country one of Verne's largest shareholders? Yes, it is. We're not their principal shareholder, but we still wield considerable influence over the company. Yet, in spite of that fact, the CEO has been empathetically vague in response to our questions. We suspect he is merely buying time. For what? Though I do not know. But his sudden shift in behavior indicates he's hiding something. Hence my request to you. You're not giving me much to work with here. And if you're looking for technical experts, you come to the wrong place. Oh, I beg to differ. After all, you have one of Marduk's very own concierges in your employ. Also, Larry Birdie told me you're testing some revolutionary new technology at present. Oh, you must mean that Simu thingy? It's still undergoing testing, but we plan to reveal it to the public eventually. Good to hear. I'll most certainly be looking forward to it. Anyhow, if we took our request to the guild, it'd land at the bottom of their list of priorities, given that no civilian casualties have occurred. Also, much like the police, they're as wary as a fox with these sorts of mysteries. Right, and if we're on the job, we can deal with any problems that you'd rather keep away from the public eye. The conditions are fair, but you better be willing to pay top mirror for our services or you can count us out. Oh, you needn't worry there. If anything, that makes you more trustworthy in my book. Is that a fact? Well, I think we should definitely consider taking this on, especially if Almada is involved. If possible, I'd like to ask one thing before we agree to take this on. What's the CID's connection to this case? You haven't been upfront about that. Oh. Ever the sharp one. Verne and the Institute are currently part of 2 national projects. One of them is for making the Ziffa standard available to the general public, both at home and abroad. The technology is a national secret, so our involvement should be no surprise. Makes sense. Gotta stay on top of any leaks and scandals so they don't slip through the cracks. What about the other project? Classified. Aw, come on. Boo. Even I don't know the specifics there, so I'm in the same boat as you all. I did try pressing the president for details, but he simply wouldn't budge. Apologies, but that's all the more reason why I cannot divulge any information about the project. The point is, there are many reasons for our involvement. This all sounds fishy as hell, but whatever. Get on with it. As you wish, the issue of the Ziffa Standards funding source also needs to be addressed. And I will delegate that task to your group's chief and concierge. Huh? What do you mean? Since when did you become my boss? Fine, I'll explain it. Ziffa being Verne's 6th generation combat orbman is common knowledge at this point. But there's little known fact about the project's humble beginnings. It got its massive capital injection from an interested party. And that party just so happens to be the Valis Investment Bank. Which, as it so happens, is the largest shareholder of Marduk, my employer. I see. Sure feels like I'm hearing the name Valis a lot lately. Valis? Oh, is in the city-state? Correct, it's a giant port city in the Central East. It may not have much land, but through trade in the South Sea, it's amassed a great fortune, which they are investing all over the continent. They're both our allies and our competitors. The Valis Investment Bank is owned by them. So you're trying to drag our asses into a Central Eastern turf war, all so we can be your eyes and ears? Well, I guess they could be sending in their own spies, especially with state-level secrets up for grabs. In short, you want us to investigate a highly complex situation from a neutral standpoint and get to the bottom of what's happening there. Does that about sum it up? I'll give you an 85 for that answer. In the event that Valis attempts to interfere, we would also like you to act as a mediator. You've got this all mapped out. Mediation is not one of our specialties, unfortunately, so I'm not certain if we are your best option for that. On the contrary, I think you're all our safest bet on that front. Should you take our request, you will stay in Basel for 3 days. I'm sure there will be other 4 SPGs you can juggle at the same time. We can't expect you to leave at once, but it would be best if you could depart within the next few days. Wait. Alright, we'll give it some thought when we get back. Can't make any promises. I understand. We won't be out of options if you refuse. The CID never puts all its eggs in one basket. Regardless, everything we told you is strictly confidential. Though I think a rather unexpected issue might work out in our favor here. So many secrets. After that, Prince Sharid and Kincaid saw them back to their office. Once they arrived, they enjoyed dinner at Monmar before gathering to discuss the Crown Prince's request. Take it you ain't heard a thing about all this from your own company? I'm naturally aware of the plan to make the Ziffa standard available to the masses, but not about problems in Basel. If A really is involved, I would have expected to have already been informed. Gotcha. Does sound like something that'd take us 3 days either way. But if we're looking into things at Verne and the Institute, we're gonna need to work mostly weekdays. But that would mean Agnes... Actually, the timing here is rather perfect. You see, she's gonna explain. Wow, high school here sounds really fun. Trust a big school in the capital to bust out the fancy trips. Aramis is all about its students thinking for themselves, so something like this makes sense. Bet you'll have reports to write for days about it, too. Yes, actually, some of my friends who came here the other day are considering Basel, too. I was interested in going myself, but wasn't sure whether or not it was the best decision. But you would be leaving next Thursday for 3 days, so the timing matches up splendidly. It's almost as if Arusha wants this to happen. Oh, not that I think my personal circumstances should push us into taking this on, of course. Of course. But that goes both ways. You're a student first, so don't go forcing your decision to line up with your job, with our job. Even if we do end up at the same general place, your studies might mean we won't even see each other. Well, I suppose that's true. That still kind of hurts. Huh? Heh, that's rich coming from the guy who always decides where to go based on who will shove dessert down his throat. Speaking of which, what are we going to find in Basel on that front? Excellent question. A baked tart called an engadin is probably the most famous. It's made of walnuts and honey nugget and has a simple mellow taste that just... I suppose Van's right. I need to make up my own mind about what to do. Otherwise, my great-grandfather would never, or dad for that matter. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you concern. Not at all. I don't think anyone can blame you for feeling conflicted here. But should we end up going to the same place, rest assured I'll do all I can to support you. She is way too perceptive. Thank you, but why? Oh, that's why. Oh. No way. Well, that settles it. I'll speak to my friends at school tomorrow. But if you could work under the assumption we'll all be going and prepare accordingly. Got it, but don't forget that I'm a student first and foremost, right? I won't. I'll make this work so I can handle my obligations properly, both here and at school. Well, good night. Yeah, night. So I guess we'll be leaving next Thursday, same day as Aramis. But Renee and the prince just dumped this on us, so they can wait till tomorrow for an answer. Still, she's sure looking brighter than when I met her. With how much she's got weighing on her, I'm sure she's got a lot to work through. But I'll look out for her best I can, being her boss and all. Man, that sure was a day. Guess I'll go for a walk to wind down before bed. Oh, we have a side quest to do. And of course we have some free times. Who? Well, we're definitely gonna do that one, because that has me curious, but... let's do... Oh, teach me chess. Let's do the Yume one first. I hope you're ready, Van. I'm not gonna go easy on you. Haha, someone's eager to learn. I'm impressed you want to try it. It's pretty tricky for a kid your age. That's okay. I've watched Grandpa play before. It always looks fun. I figured he might have had something to do with it. I've seen him play with his buddies before. Why not ask him to teach you instead of me? I'm sure he'd be really happy to do so. Don't worry about it. And I want to play with you, Van. Alright, if that's what you want, we can go around. With that, Van and Yume started playing. Just the act of teaching Yume how to move the pieces was a struggle in and of itself, let alone the other rules and complexities in chess. She'd flick her pieces at his to knock them down one moment, and then she'd be trying to use already captured pieces as her own. But Van's patience never wavered. He gently and slowly continued teaching Yume the rules behind chess in an easy-to-digest way. Oh, is that how you're gonna play? Yup, my house, my rules. My mistake, Your Highness. Well, as long as she's having fun. Little by little, Yume finally began to grasp the rules. Her tendency to make a move guided just by intuition made her very unpredictable. Your turn, Yumes. Who's next? Haven't been playing for that long, but her instincts are really sharp already. No hesitation would make him play either. Well, I guess she's still a kid. She's good at catching me off guard. I know, how about this? Take that, your turn, Van. Whoa, that's a really good play there, kiddo. Keep this up and you might just end up going pro when you're older. Maybe I'm just glad you're having fun. Huh? Are you not having fun too? I am. I'm having lots of fun. It's because you... Oh. It's because you are, Van. You've been so happy lately. You're always smiling now. Agnes and Fairy and Aaron and Reset are here. What, was I not happy before that? Heh, you ain't wrong, kid. Not a lot to be happy about back when I just started. A bunch of shady jobs. I was just seeing the worst in people. I thought I knew what I was getting into, but spend too long surrounded by nothing but darkness, and you eventually go blind. I don't think I can thank you enough, kiddo. Oh my god, that bright smile of yours was like a lifeline for me. Even when everything else in my life was grim. If only you knew how special you are. No wonder your granddad's so crazy about you. Hey, are you listening to me? Your turn, Van, come on. Oh, sorry, Yumes. Okay, my next move is... Hey, you punk. Don't you think it's about time I have my granddaughter back? It's getting late. Crap, I lost track of time. Sorry, kiddo, we'll have to finish our match another day. Aw, but I want to keep playing. But okay, I had fun. Look, Grandpa, look, I learned how to play chess. Now we can play together. You may. That's why she wanted me to teach her. Ahem, on second thought, I may have been too strict. You can keep playing with our good-for-nothing neighbor. Just make sure you don't go to bed too late. He can't say no to her. Really? Yep, you earned it for making your old grandpa so proud. Just promise not to keep your mom waiting or she might get mad. Yay, I promise. You're such a sucker for Yumes. Can't imagine there's much you wouldn't do for her. No one asked you. Let's split into teams. Me and Grandpa go against you, Van. 2-on-1? Well, that ain't fair, but I'm in. If I get to play your granddad, means I don't have to hold back, and... I don't think so. Only one of us gets to look good in front of you, May, and I'm certain you understand who it'll be. He's gonna hike up his rent if he wins. The three of them kept playing deep into the night until an exasperated Paulette finally came to check on them.
次は何を教えてもらおうかな。楽しみにしてるね。
What a good kid. Alright, so I gotta decide between Fairy and Sharid. I think I'm gonna go with Fairy for the next one. Yeah, let's do Fairy and then we'll do the mystery person. Van made his way to the Eastern Cuisine restaurant in the Tyrol district and ordered meat buns for takeout. Great, now just find somewhere to sit down and eat these bad boy... Huh? Oh, Fairy's helping a lost girl? Wow, Mommy, where are you, Mommy? Stop crying. This wouldn't have happened if you hadn't wandered off like that, Mina. Hey, it's okay, you two. Everything's gonna be fine, I promise. Want me to take you guys to the police station? I'm sure they'll help you. Really? Does that mean my brother and I will be able to go home? Absolutely. For all we know, Abby and Umi could be waiting there for you already. Abby? Umi? What are those? Obviously, Mom and Dad. Anyway, could you take us there? I don't know where to find it. Sure, no problem. It's not that far away at all. We might even run into your parents along on the way there. It's gonna be a little bit of a walk. Will you be okay? Yeah. I knew she said she'd be hanging around here, but I didn't expect to find her helping out like this. She knows the city pretty well at this point, so there's probably nothing to worry about, but still. Better keep an eye just in case. Papa Van. We're here. This is the Satan district. Got a little lost. It took the long way around, though. Whoa, what is that? It smells delicious. Hey, stop running off. Wait, that's not the way to the police station. What are you going at this hour, young lady? It's a little late for children to be running around alone. Beep. Hey. Oh, don't worry about us. I'm just taking these lost kids to the police station. Huh? Alright then, just don't get lost, okay? I'm heading home myself. Whoa. Hey, you're too fast. I'm just glad he didn't cause any trouble. This street goes to the police station. Just stick with me, okay? Okay. Yeesh, had me sweating for a sec. Wait, what are they doing? That's the wrong way. Well, I guess yeah, it's a long way. What are you kids doing out here this late? We were just getting the party started. You brats trying to spoil our fun? I'm scared. Help me. This is just a mess tonight. Look, we're not up to anything. We're just passing by, so could you please let us through? Was it? Don't you get uppity with us, brat. You want through, huh? Well, sorry, kid. You gotta pay the toll, see? Us poor boys gotta eat, and inflation really hit us hard, you know? Huh? Why should I pay you, Mira? Do you not have jobs? There are plenty of places you could work to get some money. Oh my god, Fairy. Say that again? Punk-ass bitch, you wanna go? Spoiled rotten, never taught to respect her elders. Well, let's give her a little lesson then. She'll pay in teeth. Eep. Oh no. Youch! A coin? Ow, what the shit? How can a little girl hit that hard? Do you still want to fight? Or do you just want to come with me to the police station? No, man, we're good. We'll start working tomorrow. Yeah, work real hard. Yeah, but Fairy's gonna realize that the coin. Are you okay? Holy cow, you beat them up in a flash. You're so cool. I want to be strong like that when I grow up. On that... Oh, that was nothing. I had some help there, too. I was just making sure you didn't kill him. The precinct's just over there. Don't want to keep your parents waiting, right? They arrived at the station to find the parents waiting for them. They scooped up the kids with open arms, relief washing over their faces. Fairy and Van were showered in thank yous before they made their way out. Thanks for that, Van. You told the parents to come to the station, didn't you? Huh? Don't know what you're talking about there. Sorry. How about you, though? Never pegged you as trying to take initiative like that. You could have just left it to the adults, but nope, you really took the reins there. They kind of reminded me of my own siblings, so I couldn't just leave them alone. Oh yeah, I remember you saying something about that. You got a brother and a sister, right? You did kind of give off big sis vibes the way you're helping them. That's embarrassing. I am a big sister, though. My little sister's 10, and my little brother's 8. Woo, your mom and pops got busy. Must be hectic growing up in a tribe like that. Yeah, being one of the older children, I would help Umi around the house, and I'd looked after the other kids, too. They'd sneak in combat training whenever I got the time, and sometimes I would sneak peek at tribal meetings. It's pretty crazy looking back on it. I didn't have much time to rest because I was always getting training and helping out. Not to say this job is easy, I'm not slacking, I promise. I'm giving this job my all, just like my training. Don't worry about it, I know you are. How'd the little ones take it when you left? They cry when old Reliable had to leave the nest? Well, yeah. My older brother left a few years ago himself. He only comes back to visit once a year. He's all by himself out there now. Huh. I want to grow up and be like him, so I feel that that's something I gotta do too. That's why I told my younger siblings when I left. But honestly, I still don't know why we need to do this, or why my brother needed to anyway. He could have lent that strength to the tribe and helped us all grow back home. So you never heard why he left? No, but I think Avi knows. He gave him permission to leave. I just wish he would tell me. I see. Well, maybe he has his reasons, and maybe when I'm all grown up, he can tell me. I've got a long way to go before I can call myself a warrior anyway. So that's my goal. I'm gonna grow strong enough for Abi and my brother to accept me as a real warrior. That's the spirit. She's more responsible than I gave her credit for. Felt like I'd have to babysit her from the start, but nope. Oh, something wrong, Van? Oh, no, it's nothing. Anyway, I got these meat buns from the Eastern restaurant over by Tyrell. Want some? What? How'd you know I was so hungry? I'd love some. Well, he got them for himself, but those meat buns didn't last long. Van and Fairy quickly resumed their patrol, bellies appeased.
バンさんに炎とアルーシャの加護がありますように。
Alright, and I think we will save the final Connect event as well as patrolling the Nighttime Edith before we go on our big trip for next time. And then I guess we'll see what it's like making our eventual trip over to Basil here in a few days. What did they say? It's on Thursday? Does it say? Can I look at the day anywhere? I don't know if we can really look at what day it is. Oh, no, yeah, it's up here. All right, 10/18 Saturday. So Thursday is when we're shoving off. So 5 days from now. Okay. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe more often to the channel. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.